Let's go to war!
Hi everyone, and welcome to another Wargaming Addict video. This time we're going to be showing you how to play NUTS, which is a World War II skirmish game by 2 Hour Wargames. And what makes NUTS unique is that you can actually play it solo, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now. What I've done here, and what you're seeing in front of you, is the setup of a scenario in the NUTS rulebook, scenario number 1, which is a pure infantry combat and is designed to help you get to grips with the mechanics and how to play the game. What we're going to do is play through the scenario, and I'm going to explain all the mechanics as we go. By the time you've finished watching these videos, you will be able to play NUTS yourself. Now the key to NUTS is the reaction system, and I'll show you how that works. Normally, now let's work through the forces here. So here I've been given, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, I've been given 4 soldiers. Myself, who is a rep, that's reputation 5 star with the leader ability. Rifleman Abel, who has a reputation of 4 and a semi-automatic rifle. My guy has a submachine gun. Baker is also reputation 4 and armed with a semi-automatic rifle, and Charlie is reputation 3 and armed with a semi-automatic rifle. The great thing about semi-automatic rifles in NUTS is they fire twice a round. That means anybody with a bolt action rifle, which only fires once, gets suppressed very easily. So it's great for laying down, suppressing fire. Reputation. This is a core mechanic. It is the rating of your troops. It represents their abilities, training, morale, all in one. 3 is considered to be green troops, 4 is a regular, and 5 will be considered elite. Now let's have a look at the opposition. Here we have farmhouse, and we have 5 Germans. Dorfman, who has a bolt action rifle and is reputation 3. Engels, bolt action rifle, reputation 3. Conrad, reputation 3, bolt action rifle. Beck, reputation 4, and he's got an MG42, which is why Conrad is next to him, because he's assisting. And Arnold, reputation 4, with the leader ability. What does the leader ability do? It allows you to roll a leader dice every turn, and those who are in your squad within a constant chain of 4 inches between each man. So if I just show you quickly, if he is positioned here, Dorfman is within 4 inches of Arnold, Engels is within 4 inches of Arnold, Beck is within 4 inches of Engels, Conrad is within 4 inches of Beck. Therefore every man is within 4 inches of another man, and that is a continuous squad. If Engels is eliminated, Arnold and Beck, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is now 5 inches between them, and they become 2 separate groups. Which means Beck and Conrad wouldn't be able to take advantage of Arnold. It's leader dice. I've positioned Conrad, Beck and Arnold at the back of the house just for the moment. They will actually come into play after the first turn. They're positioned there just to have them on the board. I've already pre-generated them. I'll position them. It's a random dice roll that determines where they are once the shooting begins. This is a low stone wall providing cover, and Engels is in a doorway, also in cover. Abel, Baker, Charlie and myself are in woods, and we're in cover as long as we don't move. If we move, we consider to be in concealment only. I'll pause the action occasionally when I need to reference a rule, or I'll show you a rule specific in the rulebook itself. I have an Excel file which has all of the troops listed, their reps and their weapons. Nice and handy. So, just going to bring up my NUTS rulebook. It says here, I'm active. I've moved 2 inches to the edge of the woods. So we've set up the German soldiers. After you've finished your activation, a new turn will begin. And there is the chart for where everybody is. I need to eliminate the German force to claim victory. So I'm going to zoom out. Before we crack off, let's just have a think about how we're going to achieve the objective. So, given that we can lay down considerable fire, it would probably be worth getting somebody to lay down some suppression fire, perhaps with Baker, Charlie, and myself, and then have Abel get to these woods here and then advance up and use hand grenades to clear out the Germans. What is my greatest fear? Beck and his MG42. The MG42 is a lethal weapon, and my men will be dying very, very quickly once that comes into play. I need to keep Beck suppressed. Otherwise, that I'm going to end up outgunned and pinned and suppressed instead of the Germans. So, with the Americans being activated, they are in sight of Dorfman and Engels. Both can see them. And we do what is called an in-sight check. And this is based on reputation. Now, I'm going to use 2nd edition NUTS rules completely for this. 2 Hour Wargames have changed the rules slightly for some of their later games. However, I'm going to stick to the insight rules and all the other rules exactly as per NUTS 2nd edition, so that you know you are playing and learning how to play NUTS 2nd edition. If you want to tweak them after, it's entirely up to you. It's your game. Now, the first thing that happens is an insight test is taken by Dorfman and Engels, who form part of the same group because they're within 4 inches. How do we do that? We roll 2 dice 6 and we compare the result to their reputation. So let's do 2 dice 6 and we roll. We should have the result here. We got a 2 and a 4. Now, Dorfman is a reputation 3 and Engels is reputation 3. A 2 and a 4, the 4 is greater than their reputation 3 and is not a success. The 2 is lower than the reputation 3 and is a success. So they have passed 1 die 6. What that means is they can both snap fire. Notice I rolled the dice once and applied the result to all the figures in the group. So Dorfman and Engels will snap fire, and we'll see what happens in the next video.
Until next time.